David again for concertblogger.com. We're here today with Nathan West. You're going to be doing a show tonight here in New York.
Yes.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
So first question. You have such a thriving movie career and a young family. Why music? Why now?
Music's always been the heart of everything I've done. Even with all of my acting and stuff and my characters that I create, they all have songs. I've written for every single one of them. Music's been something that I've been dear to my heart since I was 16. So it was something that just naturally, the progression in my artistry, I was like, it was time to step out and start sharing that music. That, and I think my wife was going to kick my ass if I didn't. So about 10 years now, she's like, will you just do your music? So it was just time. It's time.
Awesome. What part did music play in your youth? Was there a lot of music in your home life?
Well, my mom, she was kind of, she shared a lot of her music with me. That's where like the Bob Dylan, the Van Morrison, and a bit of the Otis Redding, comes from, things like that. And for me, music's always been a big part because I played hockey growing up. And I played goalie, so it's like the crazy position, because everybody else can make a mistake, but if you made a mistake, you went up on the board.
Exactly, exactly.
And so, I would spend an hour before every game, and I'd have playlists and things, even back in the day when it was just tapes, make mixtapes.
Make a mixtape,
and
of course,
put it on, and just sit back and sit in all my goalie gear, and my eyes closed, and I just listen to music, and I just,
get in that place, get yourself centered a little bit.
Yeah, so it's always been a big part.
Well, some of the first bands that you were into, who you into, who were on your mixtapes? What kind of music was it?
Which ones would I tell you were on the mixtapes? Well, definitely, obviously, all the grunge that came out. Nirvana was huge for me. Pearl Jam, of course, Soundgarden, kind of in that whole. Then when Weezer came out, that was where I just fell in love. And I remember when Red Hot Chili Peppers came out with Under the Bridge. That was the first time I bought a guitar. I was like, I've got to learn how to play the song. And it was funny because that was the only song I learned to play, and then I put the thing down for like a year.
Really?
Yeah,
that's cool.
I know. So
that's
I
awesome.
learned how to play this, and that was it. Yeah.
I know how to play that song.
That was it. It made me cool, I guess.
So you're here with this with the EP release party tonight.
Yes.
It's the soundtrack to your upcoming movie project.
Yes.
Titled Into the Mystic. Tell me how the songs inspired the movie.
Well, I really wanted to go through this creative process where we took the songs and I just had these ideas of songs I wanted to write, and songs that weren't finished for over 10 years that were just sitting there. And I thought, I want to create a movie from these songs. I just want to record them and sit back and listen to them and allow them to kind of dictate, start to meld this story together and create something. And it worked. It's not like everything verbatim is in there, but the essence, like you listen to like a soundtrack or a certain song, and it just puts you in a certain place, a certain mood, or a certain emotion, it just changes your whole landscape. You think about it, you put some earbuds in, you walk around a city like this, especially in the rain, you can take yourself into a whole other world.
Different place, a whole different place.
And so that's kind of was the essence of, and the heart behind what I was doing was, I wanted to create this kind of very cinematic, very emotionally charged music that would allow me to then sit back, put the earbuds in, and just, go out on the balcony or something and just think and like start to write ideas, and that's how it came about.
Great. Can you tell me a little bit about the movie? What the movie's about exactly?
Yeah. Well, it's about
not specifically, but a roundabout.
Yeah, roundabout. Yeah. The theme kind of behind it is the word love. I think that has so much to do with obviously our lives, day in and day out. Sometimes we don't even think about it, and it's such a vast world. If you think about love, it's like I love ice cream, or I love, I love this person. Your first love, your second love, your true love. There's so many different variations, and so I wanted to try to create a story that really kind of was interwoven with the different sides of love, from friendship to strangers meeting and passion or compassion for people to help out, to the deep-seated love, to heartbreak, and all those things. You try to put it together. So it's not The Notebook by any means. I'm not trying to go there. Okay.
All right.
It's not that.
Fair enough.
It's a journey movie, but it's a great movie, and it explores all the facets of love.
Cool. Where in the process is the movie? Have you shot it?
No.
Timetable?
Yes, we're shooting March 2015, so we still have a little bit of time. We're kind of doing the music as a pre-release.
Precursor.
Yeah, and just to try to build a little bit of an audience. You know, we're to crowdfund a little bit. We have the financing in place, but you know, I should say crowdfund as much as crowdsource. We want to, you know, really get people invested in what we're doing.
Of course,
know?
Of course.
And it's especially with like a small independent film, you can always inflate the budget.
Well, yeah, there's not a problem with that. Not a problem with that. There's not quite enough.
We have the baseline, you know, budget what we need to really shoot it and make a great film. But we're going to try to expand on that.
A little bit of help always adds a few extra scenes in.
Exactly.
Or what have you. Absolutely, absolutely. Being married to your actress wife,
yes.
Kyla Lee, it must be difficult to align your schedules. Did that play a part in the decision to kind of do this project together a little bit?
Yeah, you know, we've worked together 5 times. Sometimes they're short, you know, but I mean, we met acting, and you know, this business is an interesting one. It kind of breeds itself in wanting to, you know, build you up and kind of pull you apart. And when you, especially when you have family and all those other, you know, elements, it's like you really have to be cautious as to how you move forward, you know. And so when we had our kids, our first was born, Noah, you know, she was doing TV. I mean, she works 9 months out of the year. So I started to take somewhat of a back seat to allow her more time to do that, so that Noah always had somebody with him.
Of course.
And, you know, that's a sacrifice we made. Not a lot of people make that sacrifice. I'm not saying it's the right move, you know. Obviously, creatively, it probably, you know, it might not seem like the best thing for a career, but, you know, we've been able to sustain, and it's been great for us.
It's more than a career, it's a life. This is your life.
And that's it. We really create a lifestyle in what we do, you know. And you don't always make the right decisions, but you try to make the best ones, and that's what we've done, and it's worked for us, and now is the time. And her and I love working together. We have a passion to not only work together, not just because we're together, but because I believe she inspires me. She's a fantastic actress. So, and likewise, you know, she feels like the music and the acting, like, we ebb and flow off each other so much more than people even know.
Cool.
You know?
So you've played a few West Coast shows, and there are a few here in New York. Any plans to play any other shows?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to keep playing kind of the LA, New York thing right now. It's just best for the scheduling, and we have other stuff in production. We're also going to release an LP in late August, so we're back in the recording studio to do some more songs. So that's kind of the best thing, is we have the world in LA and the one here in New York. But eventually we're going to go out and start to tour all around.
Oh, cool.
The States, yeah.
Have these LA and New York shows been the first time that you've played out?
As this project, yes. Yeah, you know, and honestly, I've played out before and done some smaller stuff, but with a full band and like this, I've not done this before, not to this extent.
Cool.
I love it.
Cool. How did the band come together?
Through one of the producers and a dear friend of mine, Johan Frank. He helped produce the album. He's also my music director. And
New York City.
There it is. Yeah, New York City.
Yeah.
So yeah, he kind of helped pull together all these Berkeley cats. They're all
cool. Yeah.
I mean, I tell you what,
these are guys that know how to play.
Blessed. I have. Oh, you're telling me, man. I mean, these guys are just incredible. Great personalities too. So it's a lot of fun.
You look very different than you did in Bring It On and Miracle, the long hair and the beard and everything. Do you find that people tend to pigeonhole you into who you were when they first discovered you? You
know, not so much. I think I've done a really good job of kind of, you know, stepping a little bit back and hiding out a little, allowing these changes to kind of take place and stuff, and being very picky about the projects I did afterwards. You can kind of see I did a lot more independent stuff. I had a lot of opportunity to do a lot more commercial stuff, and I just was like, no, I don't want to go down that road. I've always been hesitant about just stepping out there and doing things. And sometimes I kick myself for it because I'm like, dang it, I should have done that movie.
Yeah.
You know, I was offered that movie and I should have done it. And then
hindsight is 20/20.
Yeah, you know, exactly.
As this is your EP release show, I should mention that it's available right now, starting today, on iTunes.
Yeah.
Or you can stream it from your YouTube page.
Yes.
I did that all afternoon.
Right on.
But of course, buying it is much better.
Yes. Yeah.
Much better idea.
Anytime this week.
So you are a big fan of the NHL.
Yes.
What's your team?
Oh man, you know what?
Or are you just a fan of the sport?
No. I mean, I've always been a huge Edmonton Oilers fan, and you know, if someone says they're an Edmonton Oilers fan, they're a real fan of the Edmonton Oilers.
Nowadays, exactly. Because they are not doing so well this year.
No, this year and plenty other years. Sorry, guys. But you know what? What I love about that team, no matter what, yes, the competition is all about winning, but at the same time, that team has always had this heart of being, they play hard, they're tough, they play with passion, you know, and I just love watching them. They're great to watch.
Who do you think is going to win the cup this year? Who's your pick?
Oh.
I have to tell you, I grew up in southeastern Massachusetts.
I was just saying, well,
I grew up a Bruins fan, but now in New York here, it's
I don't know.
a little bit difficult to still keep that allegiance.
I'll tell you what.
They've got a good team, I think.
I mean, I'm saying this from my older brother. I will have to say that the Bruins like to see it happen again. They're a great team, and that's his favorite team. So I can't say Edmonton. It's not
going to be Edmonton this year.
I'll go
maybe next year or the year after. You got a couple of good draft
Now
picks.
he can't give me any crap. I'm like, yeah, Bruins. So
yeah, there you go. Well, it was a lot of years being a Bruins fan that no one could say that they were going to win anything.
Very true.
Yeah, they were beating people up, but they weren't winning anything.
Yeah.
Okay, last question I have for all my interviewees. What is something about yourself or your life that your fans might be surprised to know? Something that they wouldn't, necessarily be on your Wikipedia page or what have you. Do you have a pet or a hobby specifically?
Well, we did get a new a little puppy, but philanthropy is huge for me, and we don't really shine a light on it that much. My wife and I just started a production company, who's doing the film we're doing, called Modern Machine, and we're really out. Our goal is and the vision is to be kind of the pinnacle of philanthropic independent filmmaking. So where we're not just taking small bits of the back end and giving it to charities, but literally the communities we go into when we work there in Morocco is very specific. There's a purpose and reason behind going to Morocco, but one of the things is to go out there and actually affect the community while we're there. Mm-hmm. And so yeah, we've been involved with a lot of charities for a long time. It's a big part of our lives, and I think it should be a part of everybody's lives. Even
no matter what you have, give back a little bit.
You have to, especially you live here in the United States. I think that it's really important. Not that everybody has something, but
what you do have, you should share.
You should,
and you'll get back everything you ever need. That's my wife and I specifically have that little thing that we go by, and that's how we live our life. And it's amazing how much comes back to us by just not giving away everything that we have, but giving away what we have to share.
Yeah, and I think live life with gratitude.
Exactly.
And that's the way to do it is to give back, give some time, help somebody out that needs help. Hold a door for a second. I mean, chivalry is not dead, but man, it sure is. It's dwindling.
Exactly. In the modern world, everyone's too worried about themselves and so on and so forth. So, well, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. And we'll see you tonight. We'll check out the show tonight and everything.
Awesome. Go Mets.
Go Mets.